astronaut had been alone in space for what felt like an eternity. His spacecraft had malfunctioned, and he had been drifting in the void for days, with no hope of rescue. He tried to keep his mind occupied with tasks and thoughts of home, but the loneliness and darkness were taking a toll on his sanity. As he floated through the blackness, he began to see shapes moving in the shadows. At first, they were just fleeting glimpses, shadows that seemed to dart out of view when he turned his head. But as the hours passed, the shapes became more defined. The astronaut could see them now, creatures with long, spindly limbs and glowing eyes, floating in the darkness around him. They seemed to be watching him, waiting for something. He tried to ignore them, but they were always there, haunting him with their silent presence. He started to notice other strange things happening around him. Objects in the spacecraft began to move on their own, as if they were being manipulated by an unseen force. He could hear strange whispers in his ears, even though he knew there was no one else there. The astronaut's fear grew with each passing moment, and he began to feel like he was losing his mind. He was certain that something was out there, in the vast emptiness of space, and it was coming for him. Then, one night, the creatures finally made their move. They lunged at him with their long, thin fingers, their glowing eyes fixed on him with a hungry intensity. He tried to fight them off, but they were too strong, too fast. The astronaut screamed as the creatures began to tear at his suit, ripping away the layers of protection that kept him alive in the vacuum of space. He could feel his body slowly suffocating as the creatures clawed their way inside, their sharp teeth sinking into his flesh. In his last moments, the astronaut saw something even more terrifying. A massive, shadowy figure looming in the distance, its shape shifting and twisting like a living nightmare. As the darkness consumed him, he knew that he was not alone in the void, and that there were horrors beyond his understanding lurking in the emptiness of space.